What's going on, everybody? Today we are smoking on the Liga Privada No. 9 by Drew Estate. This is an Oscuro dark leaf wrapper here. We are actually smoking on the Corona Doble, the double Corona. It's a 7x54. We have a Honduran and Nicaraguan filler with a Brazilian binder. Nice. Did not realize
Mata
this
Fina.
had Mata Fina. Okay. Didn't realize this had that in there. This was honored with top 25 honors for 2015. It was rated number 10 overall back in 2015. This is not one we've ever reviewed on this channel before, so we're happy to dive into it. You know, we got Mr. Jeff Vaughn with us today. We don't always have a fifth person in the panel review, so it'll be a good time. Last time he treated us with some really nice sticks, so we wanted to make sure we got some good stuff for him when he came back. So shout out Hilton for reminding us of that. The workday gets busy and we forget. So, all right. Overall, to start us off, I think when we first smelled it, I described it as barnyard cow shit, like always, but with chocolate. But with chocolate.
Chocolatey.
It was sweet. So the first, when you're talking about an Oscuro wrapper, real dark and bold, it should be oily. I like it. I'm not getting an overwhelmingly like grassy, oily flavor. I'm getting boldness, and I almost, this is rare because I don't really like licorice, but I'm almost getting like a bold, dark licorice flavor with that same woodiness, that hay, earthy cow. So far, I mean, I've barely smoked this thing because it's huge, but I really like this cigar. So I'm curious to see if anyone else is picking up something different from me, but I'm getting kind of those traditional bold Maduro flavors that's even more exacerbated, if you will, with the Oscuro. It's really dark, but I'm not getting any grassy leafiness that I would in like a Triple Ajero or something like that. So I really like this cigar. It's right up my alley.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off of what Dylan said. I'm actually getting like a smoky chocolate flavor. It's very bold. And it's very smooth. It is a very, very smoky cigar. One puff and you're gonna smoke your grandma out of the house with it. But it's tasty. It's very tasty. I'm really enjoying this cigar. I already have a first initial review for the first half. Get into the middle part of it. So I'm gonna see how this cigar progresses, and then obviously for the final review and the score, let's see if that holds up or improves or declines.
Yeah, okay. So I have over here earthy on the retrohale, and I get a little forest feel. So it's not grassy, but it has that little forest smell of like a very wet.
You can see that. Like humid.
Yeah, humid kind of thing, and it's really impressive. I do get the chocolate with leather on the puff, so it has that dark chocolate and also like a strong leather taste to it. And also, I mean, I could say earthy. It could be a mix of that all put together. So that's what I'm getting on right now.
No innuendos here, but it's a full mouth, full hand cigar. It's a big one. You know, like this is like our imaginary what a cigar is. When you see like Churchill, you imagine a cigar like this. It could barely fit in your ashtray in there, right? So definitely not for beginners. Yeah, no innuendos, right? So
7 inches long.
yes, probably. It's for experienced people. This one, he's like, as you mentioned, it's like a true Maduro. Like the espresso is there as always. The cow
dark.
shit. The wood is beginning, so probably it's gonna evolve into a woody cigar. Clearly, in this. What else I wrote here? So a little bit peppery for me. I don't know if it's pepper, but it's a you can tell that.
A little.
Yeah. You're. Oh my God. Right. So yeah, this is it. Just like a heavyweight full Maduro.
Not something I would probably give to a first-time smoker.
Oh no. It's for experience, not for the novelties. Yeah.
What do you think, Jeff?
Jeff is not a smoker.
You don't have to. You don't have to weigh in if you.
I don't.
What do you think about the aromatics?
I do like it. I do like it. It's got a good smell, good aroma to it, and everything. I'm normally not a smoke person because it's usually going to bother the eyes and bring it cough and everything else. But I do like the aroma. It reminds me a lot of the one that I brought last time that I was here.
Yeah.
That ended up really high up there on the rankings for top
and
5.
I still watch that. I want you to know. I still go to that. Well, the cigar review. I still go to the cigar review. I mean, I watched the other one multiple times, but I still go to the cigar review too. I've got to search through it and find it, but I still go to it.
It was a good one.
It was.
It was one of the best ones we had all year.
Well, George has a little statement about that too.
Yeah, because when you got to the vault, like to the vault, in order to choose the cigar, I saw one Opus X, and I loved that cigar too. So they were like, it was on the same side. And then I just read it here that it's comparable to the 1964 that he brought it.
It's so the one that he brought.
No, because the Opus X that I commented, I just saw it here with the 1964, and then was that?
Usually they limit how many you can buy of those.
Yeah. He was mentioning some of the other cigars there. So it was in the same wall. And it's okay, I figured out that this one, at this price range, it's the best we can buy with that.
The local place we go to over here will get them when they come in, and it's a limit to 2 per transaction, per person, per day. And so Hilton and I will go, and just for us, because we give them a lot of business, he's like, I'll up you guys from 2 to 3. But 3 per person. So the most I can let you take is 6. They won't let me let you have anymore. I'm like, okay, we'll take 6.
Yeah, love it.
And
what I need to do is get my engineer guy in here, because all his pools he designs at a cigar shop down in South Austin. He spends 3 hours a day, 5 days a week in there because that's where he does all that. That's where his office is. He just drives down there, gets a cigar, got his computer out, doing all this.
Every time I'm in a lounge, I see people
Yeah.
doing that, like a Starbucks. People bring their computers and drinks. Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Because you're going to sit there for hours anyway. Smoke 2 cigars, you're going to be there for a long time.
Yeah.
We just mentioned this guy who went to Smoker's Abbey every day. Now he goes to Habana.
Yeah.
He spends like 6-8 hours in there.
No, I've You
Order
and
your lunch there.
Yeah.
And just stay.
Yep.
I forgot. I was gonna say something and I forgot. I lost the train of thought.
Been there.
But yes. So we're gonna be back in a snap of a finger with the results on the cigar review and our scores. And we are back.
Wow,
with the cigar
that was a
review.
good thumb.
I will hand it over to Dylan.
Another snap. Wow, what a cigar, right? How's everybody? Let's compare sticks. I've been trying. It's a big fucking cigar.
always George is gonna be.
I have a
faster
Robusto
on
left
that.
right here. Man, it's improved for me. I don't know if it's improved for anybody else. I've got. Anybody else want to go first? I always go first.
Let me go
Sometimes
first.
I dominate the conversation.
Let me go
Let
first,
someone else talk.
right here. So I will have to say that the flavor got really strong, and it's really interesting. Have you ever put like chapstick on your lips, and then you kind of licked your lips afterwards and had that chapstick flavor kind of swallow that?
Yeah.
I had that consistently for about 10 puffs, and I don't know where that came from. And it
Wonder
wasn't
if
like
the leaf is so oily, it was just putting stuff off on your lips.
I'm thinking that's what it was, but it was really, really interesting. It's going to take a special person to really like it, but I was getting a burnt chocolate flavor.
Okay.
It definitely harshens up the flavor. I'm not going to say an extreme bit, but a little bit more towards the end. I did have a little bit of correcting that I had to do on the cigar. It was burning unevenly, but honestly, it was kind of interesting. All I had to do was just adjust the way that I was smoking the cigar, and that unevenness went away. And now it is burning fine.
How long it took? You see that?
About like 3 puffs.
Okay.
I just like
Spectacular.
deep inhales and a couple
6-7
retro
minutes.
hails, and then there we go. It just corrected itself. So yeah, I have my score. I really enjoyed this cigar. This is for the value, the price point that we bought this at is going to be a little bit higher than some of the other cigars that we normally buy, but it is definitely worth it,
So
in my opinion.
We go George now.
It's a long smoke. We were told that it would last about 2 hours. So
Longer.
I realized that.
It's been 1 hour and 45 minutes.
I think this is a 2.5 to 3 hour cigar, depending on.
How we puff
How you
and
puff.
everything. Yeah. I like the way it burns. I had no problem. Of course, I smoke fast, so it tends to be more even. The smoke. I noticed the sweetness on that. I would say it would be maybe kind of. I even wrote here bittersweet because of the spices I felt here, and I was trying to figure out if it was a dill, thyme, but it was a nutmeg. That's what I felt with this one here, because I was trying to figure out which spice was in there. Okay, what else? I in the suspect espresso, all these kind of things, right? What else I wrote here? It's a true Maduro. It's a true Maduro. It's not as smooth. I'm gonna try to explain that. It's not that it's an easy smoke, but it's not as smooth like like a light cigar. It takes a punch. It's the nicotine is there. Half high in here. I definitely. And I just like to hear, like I would drink this with espresso, with a strong rum, scotch, and I also wrote here with the drinks that I wouldn't like to drink that, which is light beer, anything fruity, maybe anything milky. I wouldn't drink
like a margarita.
Yeah, and I would keep a couple in my humidor when guys like Jeff comes. I would have that. A couple that I will have 2 or 3 in my humidor. Yeah, it's gonna be high. My score is gonna be high on this.
Okay, so second half the cigar on the retrohale got wood and earthy. So it got some development from initially earthy and forest feel on the retrohale. Now just did it. I got a dark chocolate.
Yep.
So it's still some sweetness to the cigar, even though I'm in the beginning of the final third, and so the development has been developing actually nicer than what I would have expected, right? So on the puff, on the second half, I got like some floral dark chocolate on the floral on the puff and a little dark chocolate aftertaste, like when you try to like a suck in the your mouth, like to understand what the taste that you're getting. So right now on the retrohale, I just said, so I still get that dark chocolate with a hint of sweetness to it, and on the puff it's earthy. I'm gonna do another puff in here. It has that barnyard kind of thing, the forest and earthy. So it's like, it's pleasant. It's very pleasant. I would keep a box of these on my humidor if I could afford. I think I can. It's an unbelievable. And again, this is the Liga Privada number 9. It has a great taste. So
I would say you buy a cigar and you can go a bunch of different directions with it. And it all depends on your price point. If you want to spend $10 and have a great experience, you totally can. This is over $20, and it's going to stop people from wanting to buy it initially. I would tell you to try it. And the reason I would tell you to try it is because of the complexity of it and the way it develops over time. And quality changes. Once you start getting above $10, $12, you don't realize how much that quality changes until you start trying them and smoking them, honestly, repetitiously. And you start to see the quality is there almost every single time. And for me, this started off with kind of the same as everybody else, like that Maduro, earthy, tree, bark flavor. For me, for the whole middle third, not the active smoke flavor, but the aftertaste. The way I would describe it is if you're thinking of like a mocha latte, but it's dark chocolate, and you take the sweetness out. But the creaminess and milk is still there. And it's a dark, bold coffee flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Dark, bold coffee.
I got espresso as well.
With a hair. Maybe you got a little chocolate in there. So take this nice mocha latte that you can think of, and it's really dark, almost bitter chocolate. And it's not sugary and it's not sweet, but it's got this creaminess. And when you active puff on it, you're getting bark, you're getting earth notes, you're getting all of these things, the aromatics, all that. So when you combine all of that together, I just think it's a very well balanced stick, and you start off with probably slightly more sweetness than you end with. And for me, I really like it. I think it starts you off in a good spot, and this to me would pair great with a bourbon. It would pair great with a scotch. It would pair great with a number of cocktails, so long as you're not going overly sweet with the cocktail, because I think it would contrast too much. That being said, I agree there. I would love, I don't know if I could afford, I would love to have a box of these just around to smoke one a month for 2 years straight.
You would be great.
Because it's a box, because I really, really liked this cigar. I don't know that it would be like top 5 of all time. I think this is one, like, you see it, you buy it, and you have it. It's a great stick. So
Jeff, I would like you just lit up your cigar, so
I just started mine, so I'm an amateur here when it comes to hanging out with a bunch of professionals like y'all. So not afraid to admit that. Stay in your lane. But I will say I do like the bold taste of it. Definitely full body. Do like the fact that, you know, for an amateur like me, you don't need much of this to put your mind at ease and kind of in a good state, kind of like you said, kind of high feeling right out of the gate. And I do like the kind of the chocolate taste that you get. But really what I like is the fact that when you actually exhale, you don't have a shitty taste in your mouth with some of those cheap cigars.
Right.
You've got a good taste. It's a good feel that's in your mouth. It's not like, oh, let me drink some water or something, because I've got a juice right here. So I stopped drinking the juice.
you don't want to wash it away.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Normally with some of the cheap stuff my buddies and I would smoke on the golf course that we get at QT that y'all thought I was going to bring last time. That's what we smoke. That's what they buy at the golf course. And I'm like, you know, after I take a puff, it's like, dude, I need to wash that out, because that does not taste good at all. But no, I really do like it from an amateur standpoint.
If you remember the one cigar that we have it commissioned and we made that had the Ballarini band on it?
Yes.
This is not far off of that.
No.
I remember you sent me a picture. You're playing golf.
I did.
Is there like a little bit closer? What do you feel about it? Because it's so close to that. Although this is a different wrapper. That one was a triple Ligero. It's not far off. It's not grassy, but it has that kind of
boldness, the strength,
yes.
depth.
And you don't have that, excuse my French, that shitty aftertaste. It's a taste that you're going, it tastes good. I mean, and most of the time when you're smoking a cheap cigar, you don't have a good taste in your mouth afterwards. It's just like you're doing it to do it because people around you are doing it, and you don't really get that full body and that full good taste as you're smoking that throughout the cigar.
That's why I want to talk so much about the taste that I was getting. Being an after flavor, that's what the after flavor was really good, because same with like poor bourbons. Like, it might be good at first, it burns you a little bit in your nose, and then the aftertaste is funky, and you get into some like refined stuff, and it's more expensive, but it's smooth, and it just doesn't leave your nostril feeling like it's on fire. And it's those little subtle things that change your experience.
Yes.
So
now I will say thank you, gentlemen, for
thank you for coming.
Appreciate the invite again, and then also the good cigar.
And I want to say that this is a cigar that you can retrohale down to the end. It does not burn you at all. So if you're a retrohaler there, it's fine. You can retrohale these all the way through.
One more thing I forgot to say is that when you buy $10 to $12, most of $10 to $12 cigars, you get to the last third, and you kind of get a little bit sick of it. You know, like you don't want to smoke.
Put it away.
Yeah, this one here you can smoke to the end. So how much more is it worth it because you can smoke the last third?
Yep.
Right. I'm gonna use the
But if you're like myself and you get to about here and you're about to have to leave, you purge it, you blow out, and probably make a cut right here.
There we go.
Cut out that burns, and then here is going to be something for me to smoke again tomorrow.
Yep. Fantastic. Exactly.
Golf course.
I'd love to get out on one.
Great cigar. So, what is our scores on that one?
Here it is. 96.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
96.
Wow.
I started in my first third was 92, my second third was 94, and the final score 96.
All right, so he improved.
Jeff, this is why we started writing it down in secret, because we do this. It's uncanny.
I got it 96 in here, so you guys can see it.
I went a little bit lower. I did 93,
Yeah.
Okay.
but still a solid cigar.
Oh
You
yeah.
want to give it a score?
Nice. It would be hard to say. I'd just
you
I'd be
just
throwing a
started it.
number. I'd just be throwing a number out
Awesome.
there.
Good.
I will say this without throwing a number out there. It's probably one of the better cigars that I've smoked, for sure.
It says a lot.
Sound good. Yeah.
What?
Sound good.
Well, thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you have any recommendations for us, pop that down in the comments section. I don't know how that works on Spotify, but we'll figure that out as we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go on YouTube
on
and then
YouTube.
comment on YouTube.
Subscribe.
Puff Drink Talk podcast.
See you next time, guys. Thank you.
Bye bye.